A controlled environment, but I don't know about that considering who's about to fight. We are live at Brooklyn Hall. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
About time too.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Frank BRUNO, 6'3", 225 pounds. And his opponent, talk about intimidation, Eddie the Beast Hall, 300 pounds. No one in the heavyweight division is as terrifying as this man.
You've got power, you've got size. It's like somebody blocked the sun out. Then you've got someone that's shorter, that's lighter, that's smaller. They've got to move, they've got to use their speed, depend on their boxing skills. If you can do that, if you can outbox them, you can beat anybody that's in front of you.
Frank True Brit BRUNO, a fan favorite for sure. Here he comes, fighting out of London, United Kingdom. The Beast, Eddie Hall. You don't need me to tell you that he's a heavyweight. In fact, the world's strongest man fighting out of Newcastle, United Kingdom.
Well, someone's been really generous. They've given away a lot of weight.
And with that, let's go into the ring. And the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from London, England, a European champion and a heavyweight champion of the world, Frank BRUNO. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Newcastle under Lyme, England, the first man to deadlift 500 kilos, the 2017 world's strongest man, here is Eddie, the Beast Hall.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, until the last fight is out here. Because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
And we're underway in round one. And misses with that jab. What a world championship fight we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take three to give one. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
It's sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train, this is how they prepare for fights. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
Nice counter shot. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Both men step back for just a moment.
Give these guys a chance. They're just trying to figure out how they're going to deal with it. Yes, they need to be offensive and defensive. It's just trying to figure out which puzzle fits which.
No stamina, no injury, but still throwing punches. Bravery being shown here is just incredible. Punch scores. A very competitive round with 10 seconds. Look at the big fella get rocked.
Oh, I heard that, never but I saw it.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then give it back the next round.
What do we expect to see here in round two? That knockdown in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'd come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff.
This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
If you get in with a struggle, they want to work at their own pace. Use speed, frustrate them, take them out of their comfort zone, make them tired, trip over their own feet, get them angry.
He misses with that jab. Exchanges from both men in this round. Neither man really defending themselves.
Totally impressed. You know what? You got skill. You got... Oh, my goodness. I admire these guys.
He fails to score with that left hook. Through the hook, didn't land. Nice with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get...
Let's get it started in round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. It's the typical big man, little man argument. He's got to be quicker. He's got to move a lot to win this fight.
If you're in there with a guy so big in front of you, you've got to be smart. You've got to use your smarts and use that skill. This is what you've prepared for. You've got to negate that jab, let it ride past you, and push his own weight on him.
Well, we know what the game plan is going to be for this fighter. He's got to stick and move and avoid the big shots from the bigger man. Misses with that big right hand. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. We're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fist.
Guys that carry so much power, of course they're going to look like knockout because it makes a night a little bit shorter. You don't get paid any extra for overtime. A couple of big units there, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
He gets out of the way of that left hand. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. About a one-sided 3 minutes we just saw.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter, and the corner has got to put a firecracker on that fight.
There's the bell to start round 4. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going. Both men step back for just a moment. Punches coming from every angle. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
You get trigger happy because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Look at the big fella get rocked. Right back into the fray. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He just misses with that jab. Perfect counter shot. Good left hand. Good counter right hand again. And these shots, even if they land, are going to do no damage. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. No secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this far.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That could be the real difference.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocketing.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. He takes that jab.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
This fighter is sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
He misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That counter shot lands. They got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back in the action. We're on to the 6th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going. He You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. He got out of the way of that right hook. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you take care of your cool.
There's a scoring blow, and they figure out the combination to this sink.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Oh, that punch. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Both men step back for just a moment. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. And there's the bell for round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Fighter realizes that defense is one of the scoring criteria in boxing. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down. Nice punch.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch lands. Big swing and a miss. Big right hand just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
There's the bell to start round 8. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here. Fighters is starting to run out of gas. What do you do as a fighter when you just don't have the energy?
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
Good punch. go to the judges. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring. I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you, they want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
That's a scoring left hand. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be
There's the bell for round 9. Now, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Both men step back for just a moment. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Beautiful counter punch. It's defend yourself at all times, but this fighter hasn't defended themselves at all. Exchanges from both men in this round. Why are they throwing punches? They should be playing defense right now. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
You've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That's another scoring shot. This round can go either way. 10 seconds to go. Good left counter that lands. Right. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another one.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you think, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action. Here comes the 10th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Nice exchange here from both men.
This is all about ego. Safety is out of the window. Tactics are out of the window. They don't need gloves. They need beer glasses. The way they're fighting, this is ridiculous.
Eddie Hall goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they'll make it up, and this fight continues. The world's strongest man is staggered. The beast, Eddie Hall, is down. His legs are gone, but somehow he's still... This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Good one. Solid punch. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Power. That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. Their arm punches. Big Eddie Hall took a big shot. How is this fight still continuing? Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Fantastic punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the corner is got to put a firecracker on the fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Man's available to start round 12. There's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes on a day when you fight like that and you punch them, you just want to win. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
in the division hit like them. Big Eddie Hall took a big shot. And it appears, look at the big fella get rocked. Good job trying to back out of trouble. The world's strongest man is stacked. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Gentlemen, a knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
That is going to be one of those what happened next shots. Where did it come from? How did he land? He didn't get knocked down. He got knocked out. I mean, out.